Hey everybody, so welcome back to part two of this unboxing that I got of some firearms that I got from Donley Auctions out of Illinois. As you saw in the last video, I had that Israeli Mauser that I unboxed. In today's video will be that Eddystone 1917 chambered in 30-06, as well as an Ishapore Model 2A1 Lee Enfield, obviously chambered in 7.62 NATO. It's a rather large box, so I'm going to do my best to try to, I guess, get it out of the box, and then I may pause. I may do some readjustments on the camera here because I've got it raised up really high off the table here. So without further ado, as you can see, this is a large square box. I would venture to say close to probably 4.5 feet long. It looks like they took two boxes and kind of taped them together. So we're going to see whether or not I can get into this thing without causing too much of a mess. But like I said, I may end up pausing the video. In front of you. But one other thing I want to mention that you need to bear in mind when you are looking at these items on Proxibid is the fact that oftentimes, and this isn't every auction house, but oftentimes, and usually they'll state this, they'll have the auction going on multiple formats, whether it be Proxibid, whether it be high bid, whether it be their own auction platform. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you may think you're winning an auction on Proxibid, or you may think you're winning it on high bid or whatever. Well, if the auction house is listing it across multiple sites, you can be getting outbid on those multiple sites, which really sucks. Kind of a painful realization. Ask me how I know, because it's happened. It's exactly how I know. All right, so as you saw, these were wrapped heavily in paper, then wrapped heavily in bubble wrap, and then you have like a foam wrapping underneath that. That is also, of course, shrink wrap. So kudos to Donley for how well they wrap this. Probably the best wrapped CNR purchase that I've gotten from anywhere in terms of trying to make sure that the rifles are protected. I'm really impressed. Like I said, it's a pain in the butt to get into, but at least you know the rifle, or the goods, the contents, whatever, should be undamaged. All right. So this, let me move this one out of the way, and we'll talk about this for just a second. Actually, there is that Ishapore Lee Enfield. No, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and get the other one unwrapped. Then I'm going to refocus the camera, and then we'll come back and take a closer inspection of these. Once again, just like the other one, of course it was wrapped in paper, outer layer bubble wrap. I'll be honest with you guys, on this 1917, this is a rifle that's been eluding me for a number of years now. Once again, just like the M1 carbines, I had an opportunity to get some of these from the CMP years ago, but for whatever reason, I wasn't into collecting milsurps at that point in time, which is probably why I missed that opportunity. And at the time, I'm sure I probably thought that they were, you know, that the CMP was selling them pretty expensive and everything. Well, I didn't realize the value of what the CMP has to offer in terms of quality of rifles that they have. You know, the fact that their armors go through them, they replace anything that's out of spec. You know, they professionally refinish them if necessary, as well as, you know, give you muzzle and throat erosion measurements, you know, with the rifle, certificate of authenticity, you know, all that good stuff. So, anyway, I'm going to pause the video right here, and we'll be right back to take a closer look at both of these rifles. Alright everybody, now that I got all that paper, all that bubble wrap, all the stuff out of the way, now we're going to take a closer look at these rifles. Now, I told you in my previous video what I paid for these. I may pop it up in the screen over here on the left, just to rehash that. But we're going to take a quick look at the condition of this, this Model 2A1 Enfield, this Ishapore. First off, you will notice this one has a 443, looks like, you know, rack marking on it. But I'll shut up here. Oh, I'm really not paying attention to my camera, and just kind of show you some shots. This is a very long rifle, so this is very fun to try to make sure everything's in camera. And right off the bat, this thing looks to be in wonderful shape. Got a very cool SA marking there. Try to insert some screenshots, all this stuff. Of course, I did check this off camera. This is indeed unloaded. However, I am going to go ahead and remove that bolt just for safety's sake. And I'm going to go ahead and drop that magazine out, which is a little tight. I'm not surprised. I have a jungle carbine that was unfortunately made from a 2A1 that was converted to 7.62 NATO. Well, actually, it was a 7.62 NATO 2A1 that was turned into a jungle carbine. But anyway, you'll notice here serial number C4516. But everything is here. There's no major cracks. I'll put pictures in here. That's a C4516 on the forestock, and it appears to be in wonderful shape. Still has some of the cosmoline actually crammed in there. You'll kind of see that down in there too, in the trigger guard. Looks like it has a period correct sling. One of the things I do want to do, so we know this is a C4516. We flip it over. You'll notice there is an import stamp here, but honestly, it is so freaking tiny I can't even hardly tell. And I'll do a screenshot here of the stamping in the, you know, right in front of the wrist here. Now, under initial inspection, this one has a 1965 right here. That 1965 is also present. Oh, no, it's not. I don't even know why that number's there. That's weird. It actually says ICR 1559 RFI. It's got a 1552 on the side. Maybe some of my British counterparts, or maybe Australian counterparts, can weigh in on this. Oh, there it is. There is the C4516 on that rear sight. That's pretty cool. So we do know so far that the receiver matches the lower forestock, matches the rear sight. So that's pretty cool. If you look at that barrel, or that nose, you see a C4516 there. Now let's grab this bolt real quick, see if it matches. I'll insert pictures. This one also says 4516, Charlie 4516. So that is really slick right off the bat, having all those matching numbers. Now I don't know if they matched. Wow, look at that. I was about to say I don't know if they actually match their magazines too, but this magazine is stamped C4516. So super stoked. That is an all matching, at least as far as I can tell, 2A1. I'm going to take a quick look at the bore off camera. It was advertised as having a very bright, shiny, sharp bore, and this one does. It looks really nice. And I'll insert a picture up here so you can see that bore condition. I'm going to go ahead and put this bolt back in. I'm going to try to anyway. It's a little stubborn. There we go. Of course, this is unloaded. I'm not going to be playing around with a loaded gun on camera, not unless I'm at the range. So we're going to put that magazine back in there. This thing looks like it was not used much. It's pretty cool. And I'll try to insert more pictures of all the markings and serial numbers and stuff for you guys. One last thing that I do want to check out is to see if there's anything in here. If there is actually something in that trap door, I will be absolutely amazed. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's not. I'm going to grab my bore light. Yep, there's actually, unfortunately, nothing in there. But if you notice, even that trap door has cosmoline still on it, and you still see some cosmoline back here. So all in all, that's a very nice 2A1, and you can tell it still has cosmoline crammed down in all sorts of places. I'd venture to say this thing probably hasn't been fully disassembled to get all the cosmoline out of it. It looks as though, you know, it was kind of cleaned down the bore and maybe on the bolt some, but when you look at other places like back here at the safety, you'll notice there's still gobs of cosmoline in there. You know, back here at the trigger, there's still gobs of cosmoline in there. You know, in front of the magazine, still cosmoline. And I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. It's very nice to see that because you know that this thing was actually stored very well. And it's not going to look like many of the rifles that were unfortunately abused in Africa. So they just weren't well taken care of. But anyway, there is my Model 2A1 Ishapore. So let's set that aside. And you guys are probably really waiting on this one. And let's take a look at this Eddystone. Of course, all rifles are shipped, any firearm actually is shipped unloaded. It's unlawful to ship a loaded firearm. So we're going to go ahead and take the bolt out. Hoping that I do this. Oh, there it is. There's the bolt release. Take that bolt out. And let's go over this rifle really quick. Like I said, this is one that I've been wanting for a very long time. You will notice a couple little cracks here in the grains of the wood. This one has an OGEK stamp. I'm guessing that's where it went back through the Arsenal refurbishment process. But considering its age, it looks very good. Sight's in good shape. You know, the buttstock's in good shape. There's something on it there. I'm not really sure what that is. Let's go to the other side. This one appears to be well taken care of for the most part, as far as I can tell. There's a strange pin right there where that sling swivel is. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. I venture to say probably not. But given the age of the rifle, I'm not really surprised. Okay, so this is one where I'm probably going to be at a loss. Oh, I didn't show you guys the bottom side. Sorry about that. Oh, and it did come with this, maybe not original, but period correct looking sling, 1903 sling. Wow, let me unhook this so that you guys can see this a little better, hopefully. Okay, so back here at the back, there's a P mark right there in the wrist on the bottom side. Looks like there's an Eagle 314 right there, an Eagle 339 right there. And I'll make sure and put plenty of close-up shots on that for you guys to let me know what you know. Just hit the wall in the comment section. I'll take a quick look at the bore off camera. Very sharp, very bright. I honestly, this is where I'm at a loss because I do not know much about these 1917s. I do know this is an Eddystone. You know, I do know, well, I know the serial number. Of course, it's looks like 1,011,327. I don't believe they actually serialized the bolts. It's got a flaming bomb. Bolt appears to be in good shape. Possibly refinished at some point in time, I'm not sure. But there are no other markings on the bolt. I'm not a 1917 person. I just don't know much about these. I could have screwed myself, you know, on what I bought. You know, magazine floor plate works good. But you guys let me know what you know, because I don't really know what to look for where on these rifles. I just don't know much about them. I've always wanted one. I know they're not, you know, the most desirable to have in terms of some of the U.S. military rifles. I know most people would rather have like a 1903A3 or a M1 Garand or Garand, however you want to pronounce it. It does have the hole in the bottom of that bolt handle. But in terms of identifying marks, I'm not really sure what else to look at. We're going to go ahead and lower that. I just don't know. That's interesting. There's actually an N right there in front of the butt plate. I just really don't know much about these. I'm hoping maybe you guys do. Let's take a look at this trapdoor. Holy crap. I can't believe this. That's freaking cool. I did not expect that. There's actually a cleaning kit. Well, not really sure what that's supposed to be. There's definitely oil in there for sure. Let me put that back together. I want to see what's in the other end. Oh, it's definitely got some hole to it. Actually, I don't think that other end actually comes off. There's something down in there. And I'm really not sure what. I don't think that cap comes off. Doesn't appear as though it does. This is going to warrant some further investigation. There's something inside of there. I don't know what. But anyway, I guess that was part of the cleaning kit that was issued with these. But that's pretty cool. I didn't expect that to be in the trap door. I wonder if there's anything else in there. Nope, that's pretty much it. Let's put that back in there. I'm going to have to investigate that. Or if you guys know, let me know in the comment section. I may find the answer before you do. You may find the answer before I do. But man, this thing looks nice. You know, I strongly doubt all the parts are original. I'll try to get close up. Like looks like there's a flaming bomb on the side of the receiver here. I'll try to get close-up pictures of all of this stuff because there's just so much to look at here. But there you have it. There is my Enfield, wow, Eddystone, 1917. Let me flip that back over because it's not wanting to lay properly. My Eddystone, model of 1917, and my Ishapore Model 2A1. Both of which got an off-proxy bid, both of which through Donley Auction Company. Kudos to them for such an excellent pack job. in terms of packing materials and shipping, I won't say that it was the cheapest. By no means was it the cheapest. It was actually quite expensive, but you know, these rifles arrived, the boxes were undamaged, and they're in wonderful shape. I mean, it's not like I had a barrel protruding through the end or a bolt sticking out the side and getting scuffed up against stuff, because you all know how UPS, FedEx, and the like can do. But anyway, I want to thank all my subscribers, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your comments. As always, you guys greatly help out the channel, and it's a lot more than you know, probably more than I'll ever know, thanks to the wonderful YouTube algorithm. But all that stuff helps keep stuff like this popping up in your feeds. So make sure you hit the bell, sign up for notifications. That way you guys are notified every time that I put out new videos like this. And as I stated previously, there are going to be many more refurbishment and repair videos on the way, one of which I will be finishing up that Browning Model A5 Magnum 20 and getting it back together. We're going to find out whether or not it's going to work. We're also going to do a test fire on that CZ27 to figure out, is it going to blow up or is it going to work? Really hoping it's going to work, because I don't want to be like Kentucky Ballistics. That would be painful. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, you guys have an awesome day.